Tell me when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leave and hide? You always said that I've let you down so many times, but now you see that all I ever did was try to get your attention for just one little loving word, but now I'm gone and our bridge is about to burn. Just stepped into the ring again, toe to toe. Tell me when will this fighting end? Pain, it hurts. It just cuts me like a knife inside. Will you wrong? Or will you just leave it?
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Oh, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show.
Hangover Thursday.
Hangover Thursday. I gotta
We
tell
didn't
you.
even drink, did we?
I had nothing to do with it. I was exhausted. My goodness gracious. Not only that, when I got home, you guys all left.
Had to.
I was here with the crew till 9:30.
I don't know how they stayed. It was you and Kennedy and G-Man and
I had to kick them out.
Nikki. They were here at 9:30, 9:40 last night. I left here at 7. I said, I gotta go out.
Mayor was here.
And Mayor too.
Because Mayor's leaving. He says, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I got to go. I gave him a vest as a souvenir.
Oh.
He's like, I mean, he's turned up his game for the last 2 weeks, but he'll be going to Virginia. We're going to have an AMP office in Virginia working on it.
Nice.
But Hangover Thursday, what a fun time.
It's not just me, huh? I went home last night. I crawled into bed, out. When you walk into your bed, you may turn off the lights before you even get into bed because you know you're just done.
Well, I walked into Studio A.
Is our door
and
open?
the biggest conversation was about the amount of people that were in here. And Curly was saying, I can't believe the
How many people do you think were here yesterday? I counted 30 at any given moment.
Yeah, I was definitely, like, in my head, I wasn't counting or anything. I put it, like, at a solid, like, 25. Then Freddie told me that it was over that. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, my gosh.
It
Like,
was definitely over that.
it
Because
felt
people
like
came and left.
Yeah, it felt like so many people in such a small space. And I was like, I don't know what to do with myself.
That's why I'm always grateful when there's the stage because I can actually just stay in one place and everyone just moves around.
Oh, yeah. Like, I called the piano bench my little island yesterday. So during the show, I just stayed on there. I was like, I can't move anywhere.
You were
We had
there.
a lot of people.
I think Frank was sitting on the bench or Richard
Yeah.
was on the bench.
Frank was with me at one point.
Frank was like, I got to get out of here.
Chris
He
was
couldn't get
serving
accustomed.
cake, and Eni was serving cake. People were serving. You had Bernie cleaning up. He was walking around with a garbage bag, taking everyone's garbage,
That's okay.
passing around fruit. Everyone was
I
working,
said to Bernie, can you help me? He says, absolutely. He just went crazy.
which was really cool. Happy
But-
anniversary. You
Happy
still in
anniversary.
this? You're still ready for the next 7?
I counted over 52 bodies.
There could have been.
That was a lot. 52?
There was not 52.
I counted 52.
Including the crew? Maybe
Yeah.
including you guys.
Including the crew.
Yes.
Including you guys, yeah. That's a lot of
Therefore,
people in here.
52 bodies.
52 bodies.
I was like, oh my god, more people are coming. And then I was like, wait.
Did you see? I think it was Josh. Somebody put them in the lobby. There were 5
Well, we
chairs.
put them in the chairs in the lobby because we were like, if we can't have enough space in there, we can start putting them in the lobby. Like, because there was children, like the little ones who like really weren't on the shows, like they can sit in the lobby maybe. I don't know.
But
came
we
with
had-
Daniela.
We had our floater. And you guys could have put the camera out there.
The NDI was great.
The NDI
That
floater.
cake just amazed me. What Daniela created from J&D Cake. I can't wait to see the pictures in the film you guys took. I haven't seen any of it, but hopefully someone will put a piece together. Maybe do a promo piece, wherever it is. I think Teddy's got the pictures from Vlad. And whoever took, I don't even know who took pictures.
I know
Ryan.
Ryan took some too.
Vlad and then Elisa took pictures.
Yeah, I took some and got a few posted up on social media, but I know Ryan and Vlad also got some really good ones that might be better to like make a piece out of.
Vlad gave them to Teddy, so I'm waiting for Teddy to show up. Ryan, I don't know if Ryan's coming today.
He said he was going to come in. He's going. His brother's getting married. Another one bites the dust.
Condolences.
Exactly. So he said he's coming in the morning, and then I guess he'll be out until July 3rd. So next week is, I think, Josh, you're out a couple days next week too, right?
I'm gonna be out Monday,
Okay.
the Monday coming up, and then July 3rd and July 4th.
Okay.
Coming back July 5th.
Yeah, we won't be here the 3rd and the 4th either. We're taking a hiatus, but we still have to.
We got to pre-record some shows.
We got to pre-record shows and book them to the radio station. So there's a lot
Absolutely.
of stuff that needs to be done. But today is another moving parts Thursday because I have to head up to the movies of Del Rey. I need to talk to the crew about. I think Ryan was the one doing the video aspects.
For JC?
Yeah, he's doing it right now, but I'm going to like shadow him.
No,
with
you're
the-
gonna do more than shadow
He's
him.
going away
We're going
for
to
it.
sound people with computers because I need them today.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
he's,
Yeah, I gotta send it up there because we gotta go up there. They gotta be edited for the big screen, and it's not like she's sending one video up. She's sending 20 videos up.
he's working. I know he's away, though, until the 3rd, so he's away for a week.
That doesn't suffice. Moving on.
Moving
Other
on,
people-
things to do.
Well, other people have computers. I think it's just videos of pieces, no?
I don't know what she sent. No, I think she sent songs.
Yeah, but these videos, like Chicago has 4 different versions. I think she wanted to combine them.
Oh, that I don't know. I was not in on the meeting.
Well,
But I have a question for you. Apparently, you had things you were wondering about what you would change.
No,
You told me last night.
I said I wouldn't change anything. I would just do the mistakes again.
Not over the 7 years, over yesterday.
Oh, yes. Today's question of the day. So everybody saw what happened yesterday. So my question is, what would you not do? Not what you would do. What would you not do? What did you learn from yesterday's experiment?
Yesterday, I feel like we needed to plan a little bit more about. Like, I feel like we need to know everything that was happening so we could go with it. Because with the cake thing, there was some people didn't have like ears, and there were too many people for us to talk to people. So like we didn't know, like, is this gonna be a surprise cake reveal? Because she like took the cake out of the box. She was looking. She was about to go on the stage, and like we couldn't communicate with the inside people. So it was like what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't just like be blind. Like when I go into things blind, like I would like completely make sure like we know
Small
everything
problem.
happening.
That lady, Danielle, has never been here. She has sent the cakes, or I picked them up, or she picked them up. She was always too busy to come here. So we didn't know what she wanted to do. I didn't know she was bringing her daughters or a friend. I didn't know what time she was going to show up here. I didn't know that her cake was going to weigh 12.7 pounds. I did not know when she came in what to do with her because I didn't know. I was in the blind. I was in the blind to a lot of people.
Morning. Look who's
That
here.
were here. That were here. How are you? A lot of people that were here.
Hi, Tinkerbell. Early. Should I go somewhere over there?
Sit right there.
Okay, you're gonna coffee.
Okay. She serves herself. Help yourself.
So the blind thing, here we never know what we're going to be doing
True.
or who we're going to be doing it with. And I do that on purpose because as producers, you have to, let's say you're doing a movie or you're producing a video and something happens. You shut it down. You see, you guys haven't learned that there's money coming out of your pocket. You should probably know this because she's signed to a record label. When there's time down in studio, it's coming out of your pocket. So you have to learn how to make adjustments. It's interesting. I had this conversation with Gio this morning. Things happen. You're not ready for it. I thought you were going to say too many people.
I was kind of chuckling to myself when you said to me, we don't know what's happening. What are we going to do? And I'm thinking, I don't know.
Too many people. Even though it was stressful, it was manageable because me and Elisa were on like the comms. Like, Elisa, how many chairs do we have outside? She's like, okay, we have 1. And then I saw that there's people like who like weren't guests who didn't really need chairs. So I was like, if this person really needs it, Trishna can get up because she's also a producer. She doesn't need to sit. If this person get up, this person can get up. Like, I'm like, we can move people. But also, like, when Shane Silver came in, I was like, okay, she needs a chair because her business partner's here and she's on the show.
Right.
So we knew, like, I was like, it was stressful, but like, Shane, what chairs do we have? Because people also kept on getting up and down. We saw people were getting food in the middle of the show. Like, okay, we saw people to like, be quiet, don't get food. Like, it was stressful, but it was in a way that like we knew we needed to get things done. People just needed to get out. Like, we'd be like, okay. At least
Russell invited somebody who invited 100 people. And we sent a message. He said, you can't do that. It's not that kind of event. It's not an open wedding. It's not that type of deal. Otherwise, there would have been an extra 100 people in here. Now, the reasons they come is not the same reasons we want them here. They're two different. Like when we went to the networking party at the Beast, it must have been 200 people in that room. It was like wall to wall. You walked around like this, but that's supposed to be a networking deal.
Shane, did you guys get a chance to call those people?
So I think I sent a few. I didn't want to, because last time I called them, many of them were like completely,
No's.
yeah, they were just like, why are you bothering me? So I think it might be a better idea, and I wanted to talk to you about it kind of first before I sent more emails out. If we sent emails instead.
Okay.
Just because I think that's more.
That's fine.
Like, yeah, because again, last time, and it's also hard because they probably didn't know like what like random, because I have a 401 number, so they're probably like, who from Rhode Island is calling me right now?
That's fine. We can do that.
So yeah, but it went pretty well. We got quite a few people, and yeah, a lot of digital like cards as well.
That's what Ryan told me. He says, I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm going to find them because they're digital.
Mhm.
I said, well, you know, when you save a contact, it means you got to remember the person's name to go back and find the contact in your phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think that emails won't work.
Okay.
I think that when people go to a function, they're looking to see if they can strike lightning. And when they get emails from everybody else asking them, they're going to tell you no. You know, it's really funny. At iHeart, I had a microphone set up by iHeart, and it was the free mic, so companies can come in and talk about themselves. And it was on the iHeart set. You come up to 45th Street, you sat down, you want video, you want the iHeart studios, everything. One guy took advantage of that in a year, just
Sure.
one. So I think that the approach about hearing the no's is you're learning, because your approach gets better. When you send out the emails, I guarantee you 98% of them won't even read them. They won't read them.
That might be true too.
And so what happens is that you're doing these emails, if you look at your clock about the amount of time to do them, like I got to call 25 today. I'm going to call all of them. Because I believe, listen, I was given this and you applied and you, yes, no, maybe. These are the 2 days. I'm going to put you there. Take it or leave it. You don't want it? Okay, next. Because the email becomes, okay, tell me more information. You put all that together. When, well, you know, like that client yesterday, she
Yep.
canceled. I
Yep.
said, you cancel, you got to get into something open.
True. True.
I can't just stop everything because you canceled.
But did you guys have fun yesterday? Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Did you learn anything?
I learned how to, I'll say like how to like adapt to so many people being here for like one event, because I didn't expect like that many people to show up, and then when I saw them all coming, I was like, okay, this is something that like we're all like, not just me, I feel like everyone was gonna have to like kind of like adjust to, just to kind of like
Yeah, we
manage
didn't know
with
either.
it.
We could have thought there could have been 5 people, 10 people. I didn't expect 30, 40, 50 people. I mean, I
didn't
did, but I didn't. So.
I didn't expect anybody. I tell you, I don't think anybody's going to come.
I know, you do that all the time. You shouldn't do that anymore
Why?
because you know
It
they're going to
happens, it
come.
happens.
This was our first big party since we moved in here. Our 3rd year anniversary that we had the TV cake, that was at Crazy Uncle Mike's, because our 2nd year anniversary was big like this, and we said, we're not doing it in-house anymore. It's too many people. Our 3rd, we went to Crazy Uncle Mike's, and then COVID hit for the next 2 years.
But
So
I
we
love,
stayed small. It was just us and the crew for all those years.
but I love what happened here.
It was great.
And then there were meetings upon meetings upon meetings upon meetings. I loved it. And it's a good dress rehearsal because on July 21st, JC's concert, and I already know some of the things that I want to change. I learned yesterday. I think you should have something in your hand that shows exactly how you contribute, and how you contribute. There are 3 different departments there that do things for people. And that's how I would introduce myself. You know, this is what I do here. This is, I would like to help you. I like to go see your company. I like to go take my crew with me and boom, boom, boom. The team amplify.
Good morning, Tink. We can all start our day now. The light is here.
Yes, you are.
Should I go in there?
No,
No.
stay right there.
I
We
found
were
it
talking about yesterday.
fun. The interns, I guess it was fun in the way that because we were all like, what the heck is happening? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like it was just fun because I was like, Elisa, because Elisa had Elisa had what with the tablet, and so everyone's like, what is that? Like everyone's like, what is this? People thought it was something very inappropriate. They're
The
like, what?
NDI?
The NDI. People are like, what is this inappropriate thing? I'm like, oh, like what? So we're all looking at all the interns like, oh no, it's Elisa's foot, like going like this.
Oh.
It was a bunch of random stuff. We're like, what's going on? Josh kept on moving the camera during the show, and everyone was like, if you tell Josh to stop, and Josh was just like, I'm not going to stop. And I was like, Josh said he's not going to stop. And they're like, it was just funny because everyone was just like
But you didn't,
getting
have
at
to
each
you
other.
didn't have to put it up. It doesn't matter if he walks around with a camera. Yeah, he put the camera on my face. Everybody does that.
Yeah, everyone put the camera. It was just funny
I'm
to
going
see.
to tell you
different
something. Payback. You know what they say about payback? You could bite. I could bite back. Just remember, I'm going to put a camera on you picking your nose.
You're a good sport, though.
Yeah.
I know. You don't
If
care.
they had done it to you, what are you going to do?
That's true.
What are you gonna do? But the object of the game is that you learn from every venue. And yesterday, it being bigger than we anticipated was a good learning experience. The thing with the cake was hilarious. G-Man making believe he's tripping.
I've never seen. He was making believe.
First he was, and then he tripped.
Yes.
He almost took the camera and,
And
the
the
cake
cake.
out.
My
Yeah.
favorite thing was seeing, I think it was, I forget which guest it was, but one of the guests caught the camera.
Richard.
Like,
yes.
Richard.
Yeah, and all you could see in the camera was his eyes like this, and his face like in pure terror. I was like, this is gold.
People
This
were
is
asking
amazing.
me if we did that on purpose. No, we did not. Gia says, did you do that on purpose? No, we did not. My heart sank because I thought, okay,
Here
we
we
lost
go.
to the camera. But he's looking up. Okay, I got you, because he made 3 fake trips and then he really did trip. Walking over wires with a
With that
12-pound
cake. Yeah, that cake.
It was heavy.
The cake was heavy. The cake, there's a piece this big left. I cannot believe, I keep saying the same thing over. All of that cake, it was enormous. Gone.
Tika, you wouldn't have been able to eat a slice of this thing. It was bigger than you. It was a tremendous cake, and it was nice the way she put the pictures
It was
around.
beautiful.
Delicious.
You know,
was
not
so
that you
good.
forget all the things we've done, but that was just a sampling of some of the things that we've done, which was amazing. It was like this walk around the cake down memory lane. So I hope see what kind of video they got on that piece.
And the funny thing about it is that we had an OG producer come in yesterday. Now, I didn't know he was coming.
I didn't either. I wonder if he saw it on social media or it was just coincidental.
But
Again, the
but-
door keeps
But
opening.
Vinny came, and he sat down, and I look at him, and he's looking around, and he's looking at the crew doing their thing and moving around, and he says to me, "Wow, this place has really changed." Now, Vinny was here a year
You
ago.
said 2020.
20.
That's
3 years.
3 years ago already.
But he stayed till 22.
I don't
21.
know.
He says, this is unbelievable. Then he went to the back and he sat with
Teddy.
Teddy. And they were talking about how things change and how things have grown and all the interaction. You know, if you sit back and you take a tape and you watch you guys moving around, deciding lights, deciding seating arrangements inside, it's fun to watch because your mind is going.
But it takes every single one of you to pull off a day in the studio. There is just no way, at least I couldn't do it. Maybe you could do it, but
Not that-
without every single
not
one
an
of you
event
guys
like
to
that.
do what you do. The event, the shows, everything that we do here. The phone calls, the interactions, the segments, all of it.
And we still had to do a show from Chile, which we did at 2:30.
We had a meeting.
And then we had 2
Then we
meetings.
had Arthur.
2 meetings. I don't know what happened with Arthur.
It got played.
You played a video? Oh. He didn't want to come in?
He was away. It was Father's Day week, so he was away with
That
his
played.
with
And
his
then we
son.
had Sarah for 2.5 hours at night. The crew was still in here doing stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Tinkerbell, how do you do it?
Or 5 foot nothing of you.
Part of it is mental state, you know.
Gra-
you
grab that
feel
mic.
Positive.
Hold on, let's get you a mic.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I don't know if your camera's on you, but oh yeah, it is on you.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a camera on you. Say that again.
Hi. Having lived 7 decades, a lot of people ask me, how did you do that? And how do you keep doing it every single day?
Yeah.
And I do it every single day. I work full time. And I work with children whose parents are in prison. So it's very difficult to do that. But I wake up every day and I make sure that by the time I go see my husband, because he wakes up earlier, and he's in his office already when I wake up, the first thing I do is say, "Hi, honey, good morning." And they go, "Oh my God, you're happy again." So getting that reaction from him means a lot to me. So that starts my day. And then the next minute he's running off to work out, and I run right after him to work out.
What's more important, to start your day happy or to end your day happy?
I think if you start your day not happy, it's tough to get happy. But if you start your day happy, it's easier to keep that up, because sometimes it's not real. I mean,
What's
I have
not
to be
real?
honest.
Happy?
Yeah, I have to be honest. I had surgery just 2 months ago.
But you're still
Got a
here.
lung taken out.
Oh
But
my
you're
gosh.
still
And here I
here.
am. So
I mean,
I
it could have
think
been
being happy
worse.
every day was a little more difficult than before. But still, if you keep on doing it, and you know what? It's like saying to yourself, if I'm happy today, well, I'll be happy tomorrow again. But if you're sad today, you're worried you'll be sad tomorrow or angry tomorrow. So if I don't start off the day smiling and hugging my husband, no matter what went on the day before, and before I go to sleep, I just need quiet. So when I come home, like last night, I was working until 10 o'clock. I was at a gallery where we're going to do a fundraiser in about a month. In 1 month, we're setting up a whole fundraiser. And I work with a lot of interns. I love working with interns. So I know it makes your life better, makes my
much.
life better.
Yeah.
You know, hearing about their lives and their future. And, you know, so many of our children are prisoners. 48 of them are in college. And I go to every graduation.
Wow.
Because what is more important, you know, in our lives than making the younger people take the next step, right? And
That's right.
you being there for them. And that's a lot of it. A lot of the interns are there for us. And we're there for them. And that's how my life goes better. My life is better because I do nonprofit.
Where's the fundraiser?
Our fundraiser is going to be at the Kafir Gallery, and that's on Lincoln Road.
Oh, wow.
933 Lincoln Road. It used
It's
to be
way
the old
south.
Books and Books. Yeah, because I'm from Miami.
When
I
is
used to
it?
hang out on it.
It's on July 29th. And it's cool. It's pretty cool. Wait till you see the stuff I wear. Wait till you see it. It's like some of it is down here, cut down here.
Where?
My son one day
Where?
walked in.
Cut down where?
Down here.
Really?
Down here. So I
Gotta
get
love
back
her.
in- Gotta get back in shape again.
You gotta love her. Is it an art gallery?
It's an art gallery. It's a beautiful art gallery. It's done with crystals. They do the painting first, like with very famous people, and then they do a fundraiser and they uncover this painting that they did of someone really famous, and then they put a whole bunch of crystals on the top of it, and they embed it into the painting. So
Wow.
it's beautiful.
And this
like
is
a
all going to
Marilyn
support
Monroe.
the fundraiser.
The fundraiser is for children of prisoners to raise money to be able to give them more activities, because we work with our kids by picking them up in limousines in the hood. And one of the moms had a great saying. She said, you know, when that white limo pulled up and brought my 2 kids, whose father was in prison, into that limo and it pulled away, everybody came over to me and they said, who's that drug dealer? She goes, no, that's not a drug dealer. That's the limousine to college.
Wow.
She said that to everybody,
It's good stuff.
right?
Good stuff.
So that's how I wake up my day. I wake up thinking about what
Well,
we
you
can do
like
for
it.
someone else, right?
Words to live. That should be a new segment we put together in the morning. We ask a guest, how do you wake up every day? Or how do you stay happy? Something like that. To start off every morning this summer with a word of happiness. Something good. We're not going to ask you.
Do you remember when I first met you and we got that huge eraser?
Yes.
And I used to tell you, this is for you. I want you to erase all the noise and every day start again. Because every day is another day. You know, life is meant to throw challenges at you. Some health-wise, some mental-wise, some spiritual-wise. Sometimes it's just getting out of your own head.
Most
Because there's
of the
nothing
time.
wrong.
Yeah.
You just create, well, you know, I can't be this happy. Why am I this happy? Why am I this happy? I can't be this happy. And you sit there and you do this whole thing over and over again.
Morning.
So you gotta expect that. You know? Now you have a tough job because I'm gonna tell you, it must be very rewarding to watch these kids grow up to be. There used to be a program in New York called Scare Straight. You remember Scare
I
Straight?
remember Scare Straight, but I don't believe in that.
I understand that, but Scare Straight tried to make a point. Curtis Sweeler was involved with the
Oh,
Scare
really?
Straight. The 3-4 was involved. The 5-1 was involved because these precincts, they couldn't control the owner. It was just out of control. And these kids used to go to prison, young kids, and they had felons, lifers, because they weren't going nowhere. They were in there for life. And they used to scare the dickens out of kids. There's always, you coming in here, let me tell you what it's like. And they pulled it because they got a little bit out of hand. With
Well,
the
I
scare.
think that when you take a child or even an adult who's already in a trauma position, already going through anger and disappointment and sadness, and you add some more anger with fear,
Well, it was
I
fear.
think it goes backwards.
But you got to look at the kids that they were picking. Not everybody qualified for the show. These were hardcore kids. These were kids who did not care about life. This is, I don't have to. Remember the kid we met on Atlantic Avenue whose uncles were teaching him how to sell drugs and
Jackson, yeah.
under the tree, and that used to be the spot and all that, and he talked about it and he changed his life and he told his family, you know what, I don't want anything to do with you guys no more. He went on to be the All-American High School Athlete of Florida, and they gave him an award, and he's in college, and you wouldn't recognize this kid today. It's unbelievable. He's a spokesman for this. And we talked about Scare Straight, and he says, I wish I had a program like Scare Straight, because I'm going to send a message. So it depends.
But a program like Tinkerbell's
It's
would send a
different.
message also, because what he was saying
Yes.
is he only knew to steal. He only knew. He didn't know that was bad. That was just his way of life. It was normal. It wasn't like, let me go out and do something bad.
That's right.
He said all he knew was to sell drugs, to steal, because that was life. until his grandmother said, no, no, that's not life anymore. And she kept, like your mother, she kept moving him and moving him and getting him away from, it was called UDT, under the tree, until they cut the tree down. Then everyone had to find another place to go hang out and sell drugs. But you don't know what you don't know, right? If you think that's life and you turn on the news and that's life, you don't know there's another side.
I remember
Until people like you.
Our children are all children whose parents are in prison. So these children grow up in a criminal home with criminal parents, in a criminal neighborhood, with father-in-laws and mother-in-laws and aunts and uncles and grandparents who already were committing crimes, whether it's drug dealing or killing someone. We pick up our children when they're 5, and at 5 years old, you ask one of the kids, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? I have a machine guns, and if anybody looks me in the face the wrong way, I'm going to shoot their head off.
Wow.
This is a 6-year-old.
I hear you.
Well, how do you change the mindset then? How do you, because you get them,
Takes years and years.
because you only get them for a small period of time.
You can't do it in a small period of time, because the kids' minds are already set up to be who they're going to be, and they don't see anything else. They don't know that it's possible. Think of it. The limo shows up, and everybody thinks it's a drug dealer. They don't even question it,
It's true.
right?
The kid I'm talking to you about, he was going to a prom. We did a shoot at Atlantic High School, and he had sneakers on. And he says, yeah, I got my prom. And I said, oh, what are you going to wear for shoes? He says, I ain't stolen yet.
And I thought he was kidding.
So
But he
that-
wasn't.
He says, I'll have them by next week. I just got to figure out who I'm going to rob.
And
I
you
said-
knew he wasn't kidding, though.
I said, do me a favor, let me go buy you some shoes, because I don't want you robbing nobody. Oh, no, I got this. This is everyday life. No. And it's not everyday life. And the problem is that, it only takes one drop of badness to destroy works and years of works. Because you have to believe in the system. You have to believe in what they're going to teach you is the right way, not the other way. And when I was in the 3-4, we used to do community outreach.
What is 3-4?
The 34 precinct in Manhattan.
Oh.
Okay, over Manhattan. And I used to go into Harlem. I used to go to 129th Street. I met with Charlie Rangel, and I saw the Bloods. I saw the gangs, and the gang life was the only way. The gang life was the only way back in the day. I mean, gang life was family.
You're reminding me of something about gang
Can I
life.
help you?
A parent just calls us and says, Tinkerbell, the kids are doing great. The straight A students, they've been with us, they're 5, and they're now 15 and 16. And they're living in not a good neighborhood, really bad neighborhood. And she said, we have to move because both my kids are getting approached by the gangs and the drug dealers to start working with them. And if we don't get them out of here, all these years of work is going to be behind us. It's not going to work. So it took, and the reason I say it takes years, they don't live with us. We make sure that they don't go into a foster home. We make sure they go with a family member when the parent gets arrested. So we make sure that the parent that is going to be the caregiver, could be a grandparent, could be an aunt, make sure that we have the same values and the same ideas. So they're part of our program. And they come twice a month. We pick them up in limos. They don't have to worry about anything. And if a limo breaks down, which it has every once in a while, we send an Uber. They are not to go on a bus. They're not to walk on the street. We pick them up at their door. So we make sure that they're safe, and they're with us a minimum of 8 years, 9 years. And it's by choice, because they don't live with us.
Right.
We go to the door and pick them up. So they can say, I don't want to go. So that's why we give them the option of choosing instead of forcing them to do things. We go kayaking, and I say, come on, we're going to go kayaking today. They go, I am going. I'm not going on that thing and drowning with everybody else. They go, they're not going to drown. I'm going too. They say, Tinkerbell, don't you go. Well, I need somebody to take care of me. I need somebody to watch out for me. And 5 of the kids will get on boats. And then the next 5 get on boats.
When are you
And
writing your book?
I don't think I have the time to write a book.
Let's get you someone to write it for you, a ghostwriter. You've got too much not to commemorate and put it out there for everyone to remember.
I think my children tell me that all the time, and people that hear me speak say that
It's
all the
important
time.
to the program.
But I don't know how to get it started, because the next step, I plan my life in 5 years, 5-year segments. Like I already know what I'm going to be doing next year and the year after that. I'm going to be lobbying for a bill to protect children of prisoners. And it doesn't happen if you don't make the goal and make it happen, because you have to go the road that you design. What if
Do you
don't
always make a
design?
goal?
I always have a goal.
Carolina, do you? You do. Do you?
No.
I know.
You just get up
We
in
just
the
go.
morning.
Every day, the goal comes every day. You're here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm here.
She's here. She wasn't here a few weeks ago. You weren't here a day ago. And here's the goal. And you gotta listen. And you gotta sort of put this thing out. And my goal is to get it out there. And the next thing you know, it writes itself. I can phone call also with Phil this morning. Same
But
thing.
you realize you're part of my goal.
And you realize you're part of mine.
Yes, I know.
My
I
next
have
goal is to
goals.
get grants for this studio.
And again, and my job is
We got to find the
ways
right.
to do
We
it.
got to find people to do that.
Are you
to
a
write the grants.
501c3 yet?
We're not.
That's how we
going to
start.
go- No, well,
A part of you. You don't have to be all 501c3. You know that.
they're two
You can
different
be for-profit,
philosophies.
and you can have a part that's not for profit.
The problem is that what we do with a 501c3, what we want it for, we're going to run into stiff competition.
Oh,
Because the grant really isn't for us, it's for them. We want to grow them. We want to give them an environment. It's hard for them to get to where you got to go. You know, gas is like ridiculous, and living in an apartment in Boca has exploded. $5,000 to get a one bedroom. It's like New York City all of a sudden. How do these kids survive?
Right. The money is to continue to the educational side of what we get to do, but to get them, half of them don't even have laptops. They're doing things on their phone and on iPads, which is great, but not great when we need certain things done on laptops. So it's to try and get that financial education money in for them.
So we're going to be doing more remotes now. We're putting a whole deal together.
Or I'm going to find a grant writer.
And
I can
that's-
get
that's
them
another-
tablets. You have to be on Medicaid. Any one of you on Medicaid? Oh, you're not on
They're
Medicaid.
too young.
Oh, I used to do that. I used to give the tablets to kids with Medicaid, like, because if you
Yeah.
have a certain deal,
Yeah, such
you
a
can get
home
free
tax.
phones and free tablets
Yeah.
for free internet for 5 years from Medicaid.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have to
Yeah.
have government assistance, and we don't have
What do
government
you
assistance.
think of a grant that you guys could rent? Fundraising.
I want to go to your fundraiser.
Our fundraisers are usually pretty successful. We did, we're going to do 3 fundraisers this year, and we put out a package, and we say if you want to go to all 3 of them, as a matter of fact, the letter just went out yesterday. It says if you want to go to all 3 fundraisers, you can just give us $500. You will be saving one family, and you can also go to the 3 fundraisers or not.
Wow.
So if you don't live nearby, don't. But let me show you what the 3 fundraisers are. And the first one is called Art and Wine, which is this amazing art gallery. And there'll be some real heavy duties showing up because it's on Lincoln Road, right, in Miami. And there's going to be a very famous jazz singer, Mariel Epps. And then the next event is in October, and that's at Our House. Have you guys ever heard of Our House? It's a right terms, gay, transvestite, mixed, dress-ups, doing a show, and they do an amazing show.
Drag
And we
queens?
charge drag queens, and they charge $250, and we get about 150 of that. That's
But
the
you can go
second.
to all 3 of them for 500.
Yes, we're giving them away for 500. Special
Wow.
deal. This way you get the money up front
Yeah.
and let them show up or not show up, but at least they feel good about giving. And then the third show is a big show of the year. We do December 2nd, and it's called Music Under the Stars. We've been doing that one for about 7 years, and we get opera singers and jazz singers and hip hop. And
And where you
that
holding
reminds
that
me
one?
of something. How do I stay young? I'm getting into an MRI, right? Machine. Has anybody ever seen an MRI machine?
Yeah, I've had
It's like
one.
this tube that drags you into this tube, and
It's
people
very
who are
loud.
claustrophobic
Yeah.
are not going to make it. And I'm this tiny person, and I'm there, and I'm going, oh my God. But before they put me in there, she says to me, what kind of music do you want to hear? And I go, hip hop. She goes, hip-hop? Let me see if I have any. Like she had to actually dig for it to put hip hop into the machine. And when I'm in there, I'm going, oh my God, how can anybody feel bad being in here? I'm
amazing.
listening to, she stop it, stop moving. There's a microphone in there, right into your head.
All right, where's your December 2nd? Because I got to wrap this up for Carolina. to
Oh,
interview
December
you.
2nd. Oh my God, December 2nd is going to be at a yacht club, but we don't. It's called the Charter Club,
Okay.
but it's
Here in
right in
Fort
South
Lauderdale?
Beach. No, it's unfortunately all these
Oh, it's in
events
South
are in
Beach.
Miami. But I would like to speak to you about starting some grant writing
Well, thank
and
you.
doing fundraising. Like
I'd like to
you
see if we can
suggested.
maybe bring
Good
a
idea,
film
young
crew
girl.
down to the one at the gallery at least to start with,
I think it's a good idea. I think
and take some film for you, some B-roll at least.
you got to start the legacy route because people need to learn about what you do on a bigger platform.
And I bet if we twist some of their arms, they're actually going to go down to Lincoln Road to an art gallery for some wine and food and have some fun. I think I could twist their arm hard enough.
What I do every morning for the first 5 minutes that I wake up before I get to have a big smile on my face, it's called Tai Chi Twerk. And we do it in the office, and anytime anybody feels like tired and tense, we go, okay, everybody, Tai Chi Twerk time. Get down at the Tai Chi position. What am I going to fit? Do I have to face someone? Tai Chi position, right?
Move to your left.
For anybody that knows
Move to
Tai
your
Chi.
left. Move to your left, Tai Chi.
She's going to move that camera for
They're
you.
going to put you in on camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
and suddenly you start doing the twerk.
It's the best morning show
Right? This is
ever.
a 78-year-old doing it, so if I can do it, you can do it for sure.
It's amazing how some of your body parts move.
But the important part is easy to do, twerking. Do it in a Tai Chi pose, which means your legs bent and you cannot unbend them for 5 minutes.
You're
I do that,
incredible.
I won't be able to
Oh my
unbend.
gosh. Happy Thursday,
Must
everyone.
be Jerry.
What is way to start our hangover Thursday? You know, she got us out of the hangover.
I'm ready to
I
drink
love-
some more.
I love you. We're going to wrap
Love
this
you
up.
too,
We're going to
guys.
come with Mindset for Success, more with Tinkerbell and Carolina Ayala. Stay tuned. Have a great morning, and we'll see you on the midday show.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.